So complex project, this is one that we get a lot of. So tell me about a complex project that you worked on. So I'm responsible for integrating data from new routers in the network management system, and also improve the overall quality and usability of the application. Thoroughly discuss the requirements with the product manager and other teams involved to get the specific entities and their relationships right. I've used Neo4j database in the backend to store the hierarchical data of the nodes and their relationships in data center. I've also created robust REST APIs to send granular data rather than sending bulk data, and saved on network bandwidth and decreased latency. Also use D3JS frameworks in the front end to display the data in a graphical format so that the users could easily interact with the data center as well as troubleshoot the problems in a faster manner. This feature started as a proof of concept for a specific customer, but later on was integrated in our main product and was part of the general release. Customer productivity has been significantly improved, and these improved with these quality improvements and got good feedback from customers as well as the team. What do we think about this one? Do we like it? Do we love it? Do we hate it? What could they do differently? What are our thoughts on this one? Hey, got
So hey, so the situation, it looks like it is like very basic. As
mm-hmm.
in, it doesn't talk about the complexity itself. I mean, it might be obvious depending upon like who is looking at it, but it looks like the complex nature of that is not well described. This maybe the situation probably needs more detail, like what who is it is kind of how they're getting into that situation without obviously revealing too much detail. And then the
Yep.
other point is the result is not lacking. Sorry, it doesn't have details on how much improvement it is. They say improved, but significantly improved, but like how much in percentages or numbers is lacking.
Gotcha. Yeah, I would say like on the flip side, like definitely agree with you on the situation and task part. Like, there's no reason for me to care about this like whatsoever. So they kind of missed the mark on that one. As far as like the result, like I kind of I get what you're saying. There's some things about it that I like. Like I like that the fact that they were able to take something from a proof of concept for one specific customer, to take it from that to being like a main product, and receiving like a general release. Like that's pretty cool because like that does have an impact on like the company's bottom line. So they're kind of saying that without saying it. And then as far as like productivity improvements, like I think it would definitely help if they could like maybe give a percentage around it. But on the flip side, like they are the person is keeping track of like data by kind of looking at the feedback that they're receiving from the customers and the teams. So that does technically count as a type of data. It might not be like numbers attached to it. And again, that does help, but it is in a sense data. Because like it doesn't always have to be like one and zeros, but if you can say like, hey, we're increasing customer usage, and the feedback has increased by this amount. We went from 2 stars to 5 stars, something of that nature. Like that does help. But I get what you're saying. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, or like what I mean is like it doesn't emphasize. Looks like it's there, as you said, right? The devil is in the details that is missing here.
Yeah.
But it looks like the journey, right, from where they went from point A to point B, that is not clearly emphasized. I think that's what is missing.
Mm. Yeah, agreed. Like just trying to be able to connect those dots, because it's kind of like I think with the actions, like I like it and I don't like it at the same time. Like it does get technical, and I guess for the audience, maybe it does require it because does sound like there's a lot going on, and they also kind of talk about the impact and the thought process, like taking it to like granular data instead of sending bulk, to save network bandwidth. Like I like that. That kind of shows like the thought process and behind it. That's gonna help speed things along the way. But kind of what you're saying, like it's like it's missing something to just kind of bridge everything together. Like I feel like the situation and the task don't bridge well into the action, and then like the actions don't really like bridge well into the results. So yeah, I definitely get where you're coming from on that. Good call outs for you. Anything else you want to add before we switch over to someone else? Cool, cool. What else do we see on this one? If let's kind of switch it up. If you had to guess, or make a decision on like leveling, what would you put this person at? Would you say this person is a 4, 5, or 6, and why? 4 being like entry level, 5 being somewhat experienced, like maybe like 3 to 5 years of experience, and 6 being like super senior and like kind of basically running their own show. So Shelby brings up a good point too. From the action section, I can't tell if these are normal day to day tasks or something new hard for this project. Yeah, I agree. And that kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier. Like they didn't really give us any insight on the situation and task. So we're just kind of like left assuming, like, so it doesn't let us know like what's at stake, what's on the line. Is this day to day or is this like kind of special? Like it's very like just open. Um, but yeah, as far as like leveling, any insight, anybody got any thoughts around that? Well, is this person a 4? Why or why not? Or is this person a 5? Why or why not? Is this person a 6? Why or why not? Because keep in mind, behavioral interviews, like these questions have a direct impact on the level that you come in at. You can have all the years of experience in the world and, have a good technical skill set. But if these behavioral examples don't line up, a 10-year person, 10-year engineer with 10 years of experience can easily be a 5. Happens all the time. Um, if I had to guesstimate, I would say this person's probably a 6 in terms of like years of experience. But the way that they break this down is closer to a 5, and it's because like they didn't really like build up the situation and the task to make us really care about it, and they also didn't like kind of bridge everything together. What makes me think this person could be a 6 is just kind of like how they led the charge on a lot of stuff and like their thought process around things, and also like the impact that they had, like just in terms of like taking something from proof of concept to a main product, like that really takes a lot, and you're not really seeing that happen too often at a 4 or 5 level. You're going to see that more at a 6 level. So I think this person could be a 6, but because they're not like tying it all together, they might get down level to a 5.
Want to become a software engineer at Google? You can, like thousands of our students. You just need to learn from those who've already cleared FANG interviews. At Interview Kickstart, our interview prep courses are developed and taught live by 150 plus instructors from Tier 1 companies like Google and Facebook. Our courses are tailored to help you crack software engineering domain interviews, including back-end, full stack, machine learning, embedded systems, data science, and more. To learn more, book your free webinar slot today